Devin, I love this bracelet. It's gorgeous. And I know that you use the Chinese knotting cord to weave through the chain.
Right.
That's a lot of weaving, and it looks really kind of cumbersome.
It can be, but I have a trick. The Chinese knotting cord is pretty supple,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're going to be weaving through, and especially with this particular herring weave, you're actually going through twice through the same loop. And so
Oh.
that gets really, I mean, it's a traffic jam in there, and so you need to be able to get that thread through. So what I do is I take the cord, and I turn it into a needle. Ta-da!
Oh, look at that. It's
Yep.
stiff.
It's
Look.
right. It's completely
Excellent.
It's completely solid, and so I can take this and I can weave it through the chain. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's actually really simple to
Great.
do. So it's a very very simple thing. And what I love, and this is something that is I cannot live without.
I'm with you.
It's a 2-part epoxy, 5-minute dry,
Yes.
and it's fantastic. I use it for everything at home. Jewelry is just a small portion of the uses, the things that I do with it.
And this is great because I know people are intimidated by mixing their own epoxy.
Yeah.
Once you get the hang of it, I think you'll end up drinking it like we do because we use it on everything.
It's,
So.
yeah, like drinking the Kool-Aid. I've drunk the epoxy Kool-Aid, and so yeah, this stuff is really great. So this is a brand new tube, and actually this is cool because it's got the plunger which goes into both the glue and the hardening agent, and so it'll dish out the equal amounts, which is what you need to do when you're mixing it up. This will last you a really long time unless you're like cementing together a patio deck or something. So start off by just cutting off the ends because you need to open that up. Now that I've got the ends cut off, I'm going to take like this cardboard piece and I'm going to plunge out equal parts of the epoxy glue and the hardener agent that goes in there. And I don't really need that much. And what happened here actually, which is a nice tip, is that the plungers don't always dish out the same amount of epoxy, and you really got to try to get it equal. So what I do is I just take one of my popsicle sticks. I'll kind of you do have to eyeball it, so it's not perfect, but get it close. And if you need to just kind of scoop away some of the excess of either the glue or the hardening agent, depending on which one was a little bit excessive. So I've got that there. Be careful not to get it on anything else. I mean, epoxy, as you know, is like rock solid once it's done.
Cement.
It is cement. It is, but it's great. It's flexible. You can use it for anything, indoors, outdoors, whatever. Take your popsicle stick and mix it up. You don't have to mix it too much, but it does have to be very well blended. But it doesn't take too much time.
Usually about a minute I found is surefire, so that it's gonna, absolutely turn into concrete at
Yep.
that 5-minute place. I know a lot of people call in because they have questions. It didn't work.
Oh.
And a lot of times the reason why over time it doesn't ever harden
Oh,
is because
wow.
they either have unequal amounts, or they haven't mixed it enough. Like
Right.
they'll go 3 times around,
Oh,
and then they
that's
think
not
that's
enough.
good. Yeah. So these are the tips that
Yeah, I mean,
sure
you're
successful.
creating a chemical reaction in the glue that just kind of changes what it is, and it's all got to be blended together nicely.
Exactly.
And so what I do here is I've got a little bit of glue on the card, and I simply just fold it. And this is just kind of an easy, kind of clean way to take the cord and harden it up. So it's folded, it's got the mixed glue in there, and I'll take the cord and I'm just going to run it through, and I'm just going to close it. It doesn't get my hands messy or anything, and I'll like that.
That's great.
Yeah, and I just do it a couple of times, just to make sure that the fibers are completely soaked with that epoxy. And I'll usually take that, and you want it to dry straight. And we've got about 4 minutes left on that. And so what I'll do is I'll just like hang it from something, make sure it's not like leaning against anything because it'll glue to whatever it is that it's touching. Usually I'll put it like on the edge of a table, and I'll put something there to hold it down so it just hangs straight, and then that'll dry.
Great idea.
So what I've got here now is this is I'm so prepared.
Yes, you are.
I've got one that is already done. So it's got the epoxy in the fibers of the knotting cord, so it's really stiff. But the end, as you'll see, is it doesn't have the glue in the end. It's got to be nice and clean at the end so that you can thread it through the chain. So that's pretty. So what I simply do is I flip it off so it's nice and clean. You're still going to get a few frays, but the Chinese knotting cord, it's a synthetic fiber. So what I like to do is just kind of melt the ends, and I don't burn it. I mean, I don't like put enough heat on it so that it catches on fire. Just make a little flame, get it just close enough for a sec, just so it kind of melts the ends. Just kind of dab it. Be careful. I mean, if you melt it too much, it's going to burn your fingers. But There you go. And so now it's not going to fray, because what will end up happening is, especially if you're making a big piece like this, by the time you're done, that end's going to be all frayed out, and it's not going to work. And so, so this cleans it up nice. It's melted. It's perfect. And then you can just run it back and forth. And if you don't do this, it's going to take a lot of time, and you can end up with working with tweezers and pushing it through whatever. This is a simple
That
idea.
is a great idea.
Thanks.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Making your own needle.
Mm-hmm. Making your own
trick.
needle, and it's just one of the many things you can do with the two-part epoxy. I love it.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you for sharing
Sure.
Devin's needle trick.